Jodie Foster, born Alicia Christian Foster on November 19, 1962 in Los Angeles, arrived into a family shaped by determination, intellect, and quiet resilience. The youngest of 4 children, she grew up with her mother, Evelyn Brandy Foster, who, after being left by Jodie's father before her birth, raised the children alone. Life was never luxurious, yet Brandy's devotion to providing love, structure, and opportunity instilled in Jodie a sense of purpose and discipline that would define her early years. From an astonishingly young age, Jodie's intellect shone. By 9 months, she was forming full sentences. By 3, she was reading. And by 4, she was devouring books well beyond her age. Family and teachers marveled at her precociousness, but it came with responsibility. Childhood for Jodie became entwined with professional expectation almost immediately. When she was discovered at 3 years old by a talent scout, she landed a commercial for Coppertone, her image alongside a playful puppy captivating audiences. But behind the camera, she carried the weight of her family's hopes. Over the next 18 months, she appeared in nearly 30 commercials, earning more than her mother, and her trust fund was established to safeguard her earnings. Playgrounds and carefree playdates gave way to film sets, auditions, and rehearsals, and the boundaries between childhood and professional life blurred. By 5, she secured a recurring role on Mayberry RFD, and by 13, she had appeared in over 50 television productions, impressing producers with a maturity and professionalism far beyond her years. This early immersion into the adult world shaped Jodie's resilience and instilled in her a quiet strength that would carry her throughout her life. As she would later reflect, "I was always the adult in the room, even when I was just a little girl," a statement not of complaint but of awareness of the unusual path she had been set upon. The price of early talent. Jodie Foster's childhood brilliance came with its own set of challenges, as talent was never without expectation. At the age of 10, she was cast in Napoleon and Samantha, where she faced one of her first significant tests, working with a trained lion. The scene, though magical on screen, demanded courage and composure far beyond her years. She returned to the set despite minor injuries, determined to finish her work, exemplifying a quiet determination that would become a hallmark of her life. The following year, filming Tom Sawyer, she broke her wrist during a stunt, yet continued performing, masking the pain behind a smile. These experiences, formative yet demanding, demonstrated the delicate balance she maintained between childhood innocence and professional maturity. Jodie's early life was not marked by leisure, but by discipline and focus, and her ability to navigate these dual worlds set the stage for a career defined by intelligence, adaptability, and unwavering commitment. Taxi driver. Confronting complexity. In 1976, Jodie Foster's life and career entered a new phase with her casting as Iris in Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. The role required profound emotional depth, and Jodie approached it with careful preparation. Protective measures, including the presence of her older sister as a body double and strict labor oversight, ensured her safety, but the work demanded emotional intensity uncommon for someone of her age. Balancing vulnerability with professionalism, Jodie delivered a performance that earned her an Academy Award nomination, a testament not only to her talent but to her ability to navigate challenging material with poise and maturity. The experience was transformative, marking her transition from child star to a young woman capable of handling roles with complexity and subtlety. Even as she gained recognition, the experience reinforced the need for resilience, patience, and careful navigation of her professional environment. International work and broadened horizons. By the late 1970s, Jodie's career expanded internationally. She performed in French and Italian films, often portraying characters far removed from her own experience, and learned songs in different languages for audiences abroad. These projects enriched her artistic versatility while teaching her adaptability, cultural sensitivity, and emotional resourcefulness. Living away from the familiarity of home, she confronted the challenges of isolation, language, and expectation with determination and grace. These years of international work, though demanding, deepened her understanding of storytelling and human experience, further shaping her into a nuanced artist, capable of inhabiting diverse roles while retaining her own inner equilibrium. Her early exposure to varying environments, people, and situations cultivated both empathy and self-reliance, qualities that would underpin her personal and professional life for decades to come. Yale University and unexpected challenges. The 1980s brought new experiences and responsibilities as Jodie Foster pursued higher education at Yale University. Yet even in the midst of academic achievement, external pressures remained. In 1981, the John Hinckley Jr. incident, in which he attempted to harm President Reagan and claimed his actions were intended to impress her, thrust Jodie into a sudden, intense public spotlight. Overnight, she became associated with an event that was both bizarre and unsettling, forcing her to navigate personal safety concerns and intense media scrutiny. Security measures were implemented, including reinforced windows and federal protection, which disrupted the sense of normalcy any student expects. Despite these challenges, Jodie persisted, completing her studies with distinction and graduating magna cum laude in 1985 with a thesis on Toni Morrison, demonstrating a commitment to intellectual growth and personal development that was as rigorous as her professional training. The intrusion into her life, while disorienting, never diminished her focus or determination to cultivate a well-rounded, thoughtful perspective on the world beyond Hollywood. Career resurgence. Turning challenges into triumph. Following her academic achievements, Jodie Foster faced professional hurdles as Hollywood assessed her commercial viability. Some completed films were shelved, and she experienced moments of doubt and delay. Nevertheless, she persisted, channeling her focus into roles that resonated deeply with her artistic sensibilities. In 1988, The Accused marked a career-defining moment. Portraying Sarah Tobias, Jodie brought a raw authenticity and empathy to the role, earning her first Academy Award. 2 years later, The Silence of the Lambs provided an even more iconic opportunity as she portrayed Clarice Starling. Her preparation was meticulous, including physical training and consultations with law enforcement, reflecting the same diligence and dedication that had characterized her career from childhood. The portrayal solidified her status as one of Hollywood's most formidable talents, demonstrating a mastery of craft that was intertwined with intelligence, discipline, and emotional depth. These professional achievements were celebrated globally. Yet for Jodie, they were also a reflection of endurance, thoughtfulness, and a capacity to transform life experiences into compelling storytelling. Private life, family, discretion, and joy. Away from the glare of the public eye, Jodie Foster has always prioritized her personal life, crafting an environment of privacy, love, and stability. In 1993, she met Sidney Bernard, whose calm presence offered balance to a life frequently subjected to public scrutiny. Together, they raised 2 sons, Charlie and Kit, creating a protective and nurturing home that shielded them from intrusion while honoring their individuality. Jodie went to great lengths to preserve normalcy for her children, paying for private schooling arrangements and maintaining a careful distance from the media. This devotion reflected not only her desire to protect her family, but also her understanding of what childhood should be, informed by her own experiences growing up in the spotlight. Even when her romantic relationship with Sidney evolved into co-parenting, Jodie maintained an approach defined by care, discretion, and respect, ensuring that her children's needs remained at the center of every decision. Living authentically and coming out. In 2013, Jodie publicly acknowledged her personal life at the Golden Globes, speaking with grace and sincerity. Her words reflected a lifetime of valuing privacy while embracing authenticity, demonstrating that personal truth and discretion are not mutually exclusive. The following year, she married Alexandra Hedison, a photographer and artist, and together they cultivated a life defined by love, creativity, and shared sanctuary. Their home became a haven, emphasizing family, art, and the quiet rhythms of life over public spectacle. In her partnership with Alexandra, Jodie found both companionship and freedom, navigating life with a balance of intimacy, care, and authenticity that had often eluded her in earlier relationships. This phase of her life was characterized by stability, joy, and the simple yet profound pleasures of shared connection, a testament to her ability to build a private world that nurtures and sustains. Enduring loss and strength. Even amidst happiness, Jodie Foster's life has involved navigating loss with grace. In 2016, the passing of her father invited reflection on relationships and absence, while her mother's death 3 years later, after a long battle with dementia, marked the loss of a guiding force who had shaped Jodie's resilience and character. These experiences, though sorrowful, reinforced the lessons of perseverance, love, and courage she had internalized from childhood. Jodie's response to grief has been deliberate and reflective, creating rituals of remembrance and continuing to honor the influence of those who shaped her. Loss in her life has been met with a quiet strength, a recognition that enduring love often persists in memory, in action, and in the nurturing of the next generation. Career today. Choice, creativity, and balance. At 62, Jodie Foster continues to navigate her career with intention and discernment. She selects projects that challenge her creatively while respecting her need for balance, allowing for a professional life defined by autonomy rather than obligation. Her choices reflect a commitment to personal well-being, intellectual engagement, and artistic integrity. By structuring her schedule around family, creativity, and self-care, she exemplifies a modern approach to career longevity, one that prioritizes meaning over visibility, quality over quantity, and fulfillment over spectacle. Health, mindfulness, and reflection are central to her daily life, and she embraces the natural passage of time with dignity, using her experiences as both guide and anchor for her decisions. Philanthropy and quiet influence. Jodie Foster's influence extends beyond her professional achievements, reaching into philanthropy and advocacy. She has supported children's health initiatives, cancer research, LGBTQ+ rights, and programs for emerging artists. Her contributions are deliberate, personal, and consistent, reflecting a desire to improve lives in ways that resonate with her values and experiences. Whether mentoring young artists or quietly supporting causes that empower communities, Jodie's impact is felt through action rather than spectacle, a reflection of the integrity and discretion that have always defined her life. Reflections on a life well-lived. Jodie Foster's story is not one of perfection, nor is it without challenges, but it is a testament to resilience, intelligence, and grace. From prodigious beginnings to professional triumphs, from the quiet joys of family to the navigation of personal loss, her life exemplifies the enduring power of patience, authenticity, and thoughtful action. Her legacy is measured not only in awards or accolades, but in the ways she has maintained her dignity, cultivated love, and pursued her craft with unwavering dedication. Jodie Foster's most remarkable role in the end is not one captured on screen but lived daily, a life defined by courage, reflection, and the deliberate choice to remain true to herself while nurturing those around her.